Well, might as well record something that I'm doing anyway. So, wild animals can, this is a thing everybody gets. I don't actually have any interest in it. Also, wherever the fuck that is usually very far away. I have no idea where that is in relation to where I am. Can I even recognize where I planted myself? Yeah, I'm not seeing me. Because there's... Oh, there I am. Not quite the other side. But it's also a... Well, I just don't want to. I suppose I will get curious about it at some point with some game, but this is... The difficulty here is the trying to do this with one person, but also in a desert. But anyway, I was saying, before I got interrupted by that sometimes animals go mad and become manhunters. That happened to be a camel, which is now being turned into pemmican. A fuck ton of pemmican, because it was 155, because it was 2 full stacks of 75 and then another 5. Thankfully, I actually have enough rice to turn it all into pemmican, but it means I'm going to have lots of good prepared food aside. So, yeah, I'm growing. I had not bothered to read the description and noticed that fiber corn is an alternative to trees. I can't actually plant trees yet. I don't have the planting skill. You get less wood out of it, but it's also meant to be an alternative for those ideologies that are opposed to the cutting down of trees, but you still need wood for things. So there's that. Cotton to practice making stuff with. Like, I started out with a set of stuff, but you know, it also helps build up that plant skill so I can grow better things. But rice grows quickly, and the quick mattered, because if it were anything other than that, I'd run out of the pre-packed meals first. These are just little planting areas, because the thing I can't build, the geothermal things, take up that much space. So I actually planted this dandelion patch just for random things to graze on, partially to deter them from eating my fucking crops, which they were totally doing until I got the fence up. Not that there's a whole lot of them out there, and both of those self-tamed ostriches I don't even have the skill to rope into a pen if I wanted to, and the iguana, there wasn't a point. More will randomly show up as they do, but yeah, right now I'm just making a shit ton of pemmican because a camel had to go and get angry. You can make it in bigger batches, and there's no benefit. It doesn't end up happening faster. There is a downside, though, in that I noticed that if you have to refuel mid-process, you restart from the beginning, so it's actually more efficient time and resource time-wise. It doesn't actually waste any of the food resources, but actually it does waste the resources that it takes to run that, because you're using them up and then having to restart. So yeah, it's more efficient to I did also start her with some entertainment objects. I have mined those. I do have it set aside for her to make something to make it, you know, not so ugly. Oh, good. You're less likely to give yourself food poisoning now. Hasn't happened yet, but yeah. I removed the zone for this section because I am now growing enough and wild animals aren't eating my food before I can. So once this... I don't get anything out of that, and some ideologies actually put value, which really just equates to happiness, on participating in charity. So they would want to, otherwise you can or not without consequences. Kind of do whatever. If you're real low on food and can eat people meat, you can go that way. That's not what but I am going to finish turning this into pemmican before it rots. Also, those charity cases will run by you. They don't even slow down or hang around. I think I mentioned this before, but I don't know. I don't remember. Oh, another reason to grow rice. The shelf life starts at 40 days. So, yeah. And a year is 60. So, yeah. Lasts for a long time. I think a year is 60 days. Yeah. 4 quadrums of 15 days each. So, yeah. You get 15-day seasons if you're not in a permanent summer. Other things last longer, but they take a lot longer to grow. I was gifted this by a trading party that came through. Oh, right. You're all ready, yeah? Yeah. just expand the fiber cord into that section. That's the thing about in the desert, you can see the difference between soil and not, and the soft sand is the lighter stuff. So I did have to zigzag around that, but also, you know, really just want a defense in this part. If nothing else, the stove uses it up. So, see, somebody wandered by, ate one. Maybe a lizard, maybe not. It does rain, and when it does, that'll actually get cleaned up. Rain washes away the bloodstains. There were only a couple of veins of things of note. Gold, plastisteel, and that jade that I've dug up. Everything else is, well, farther away, but also more mundane. Compacted steel and machinery, which turns into components, which are used in building electronics things, building these. And there wasn't any urns or furniture or anything. I actually haven't looked in there, but those tend to be empty. I haven't broken these down because it's the only source of granite on the map. And I'm not sure I care about having it. See, yeah. Use up those renewable resources, practicing a skill. Actually, though, work on that. That's something you actually, yeah, I gave him a lot. But this one's something you'll enjoy doing, also be better at, but care more about. You know, having the something to look at, and you can get back to that. Training yourself on making crappy dusters you can sell eventually. Skill also helps you go faster. And if you don't like the dark, you work slower in it, apparently. Workrooms don't matter if they're not pretty in the... It doesn't have the asterisk. Yeah, it's ugly, and being in there isn't, you know, super great, but it's also just cluttered with stuff, which makes things ugly. But beauty and cleanliness matters in this room. Food prep and healthcare, yeah. Now it's rated at decent. awful. Yeah, it gets grazed on a little. There's more out there than there needs to be. But part of the point with this, and this is actually the lower quality, dandelions, if it would let you make growing zones on desert, which it won't, it will only let you do it on the green and yellow patches. Could actually grow on it, because you see in the corner, sand, walk speed, fertility 10%. Dandelions, and it's dandelions because the nutrition is higher. The other just random grasses, non-nutritive for people stuff, is 0.05, so higher food value. But also, you see how the fertility requirement and sensitivity, it can grow the same rate regardless of what it's planted in, but if the game would let me, it would grow on the fucking sand itself. But the game won't let me. Now, they will die off after 20 days of not being eaten by something anyway. But part of the idea is also, if I end up with animals that I can want to pen, I can just build a pen around it. And, oh look, they have food. I don't have to worry about preparing and providing food like on a daily basis, which is the alternative there. I can just box around it, and yeah, well, not over that I can't build a fence, so it's soft sand, but you get the point. Now, sales runs are harder to do because with only one person, you get out of there! What is the point of a fence if it doesn't keep wild animals out? Motherfucker. That's also a reason to grow more than I need. Because even with the dandelions out there, you're fucking creeping around my shit. That's a way to end up with more meat for pemmican. Fuckers. And no, the gaps don't matter. You notice they walk right through it like I do. Which is, if they can hop the fence, what's the fucking point? Rude bastard thing. Yeah. I have plenty of food stores. But still, the principle of the why. I would have to build an actual proper wall and then not roof over it, because I'd have to have a gap in it, otherwise it would count it as indoors. I don't know if that would fuck it up. Maybe you just have to build a wall. I do actually have the resources to do that, but that is not the... That's suboptimal. You have to go be violent to them to actually shoo them away, though. can't just go shoo it away. I would have to go kick it, essentially. Which, I'm not a fan of. Yeah, eat that shit. That's why it's there. You see? You've grazed on it a little. Eat that. Stay away from my shit. Gave you a whole fucking field of flowers to eat. Stay away from my food. Oh. So, yeah. Down the road a bit and then off it. Or follow the road the whole way to them. Road to them. So, yeah, I can go trade stuff to a bunch of people. And down roads means that it wouldn't take as long. Since there's only the one of me, basically I can sit here and watch animals eat my crops while she's in transit, because I can't do anything while she's in transit. I can't even make plans for construction because there's no one here to have a skill acknowledged as existing for it to work off of. So it's more of a just sit and watch a rude bastard graze on my crops. Pemmican does mean I can actually make those runs and have food that won't go off. This. And you can't look at them first. Can't even scroll the map looking for them. Well, actually, maybe I can. I don't know if he appears on the map. Not that I want anyone, but my objection to how this works in the first place is that I can't even look at you before deciding whether or not to just chase you the fuck off, because no. But you trying to force yourself into joining is, there are other villages. But yeah, they won't even let me look at them. But part of the point is trying to do this alone, so no. And yeah, I don't even see it. That's fine. Those ones died of old age, huh? Okay. Yeah, I guess. Has been long enough for that. Yep, here they go. Yeah. There's more there for you to eat. That's the whole point. So you'll eat that shit instead of mine. More ostriches showed up, but there isn't a breeding pair of anything. Not that they can breed out there. They actually have to be in captivity to do that, which is weird. But whatever. But yeah, my little bundles of lumber that I'm getting from the fiber corn. Because I do not have the plants of 5. I need a 6, so I'm almost at the ability to plant trees. So grow. Oh. I don't know if you will buy anything I have for sale, but that's fine. I had set up and grown in a different test both of the tree types you can get here, and the cactus grows a whole lot faster, so there's no point in planting the other one. Trade. I could sell the gold. I can also, you know, craft fancy things with it, but you can't afford all of that, but you can craft things with silver too. It's also the currency, so. But yeah, wrong kind of trader to buy any of those. Okay, you've actually run out of things you can do. Maybe you'll work on that. Because I haven't actually... Oh. Yeah. Haven't actually gotten that one done yet. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, sometimes traders just leave you stuff. Whether or not it's something particularly useful to you. Sometimes it's something nice. Either way, it's something you can sell if you don't have a use for it. So, thanks. Oh, yeah. You haven't got any quests that send you out yet, so no table to work with yet. You know what? Yeah, this map has marble and sandstone. Sandstone being, you know, easier to work with, marble being harder to work with, but pretty. Both are fireproof and variably strong. some of them actually apparently have stuff on them and fix themselves, so I can't rescue them. It's always weird when one of them is a masochist because they're laying there enjoying that they're suffering. But the last one of these I got actually, I don't even know that it showed the medkit. I have had people bleed out on the way to the bed. Not in this one, but just generally. Actually, when I got them to the door. Now, you do not get to eat the only food that doesn't rot. Now, when I have the skill, I'll be able to grow the heal root. But I'm a few points away from it right now. I'll get there. But I am not there yet. The downside with food crops that aren't berries, yes, they last longer, but you can't eat them raw without risk of making yourself sick. So for travel rations, you have to cook food, and meals don't last very long. Or you have to have an alternative. So as much as I like the long shelf life, I should probably grow berries, because I do actually have the skill for that now. So I think, yeah. Now I can't reform that and have it work right. I don't think, but it's fine. It's fine, really. I have gotten to the point where it's fine. Even with someone else sitting there eating my food, I can, if I run low on pemmican, I can just cook up some rice. But yeah, I think when this is done growing, I'll grow some berries. They don't last as long, but not having to cook them matters. At least for traveling. Because I don't intend to have a regular source of meat to make the pemmican. That's more for if I happen to get meat, because you can find it, it can drop in pods. You can have an animal go nuts and need to defend yourself. trees are weird about the space they take up being grown. So yeah. Plant. Saguaro. There you go. While you do that, I forgot to take my pill. I mean, I've been up for like 3 hours, so that's not that bad for me. Oh, there we go, a quest. Skill trainer. Well, I mean, I will use it regardless of skill, but that'll maybe get me closer to being able to pen animals that volunteer themselves, because I'm not going to go out and catch them. That's really the only circumstance under which I'll pen them up, and that's only if I actually have the ability to take care of them. So and the unknown threat, so far as I've noticed with these things, because it's not just the goodies that get these, wounded people that need rescuing, that means you need to bring med packs and tend to them over the course of some time before they can walk, and or if you want to take them, if you want to just abandon them and let them die, that it saves you some time. But after some amount of time on the map, I'm not sure if it's a day or how many, you get a notice that in so many days a hostile group is coming. Like, the threat is somebody has noticed something going on and is going to come be aggressive. It is the basic gist of it. I may or may I'm not going to be able to show that today, but maybe eventually. But the monetary value isn't really the point, not with those anyway. Stuff. Yeah. Growing time 5 days. And the Drago tree, growing time 15 days. Yeah. So, go with the cactus. I can grow 3 times as many of them in the same amount of time, in the same amount of space. Oh, I should at least see where that is in relation to... Okay. It's not even that far of a trip. Once that one's gone, you have to be zoomed all the way in, or one tick out, to actually see the progress bars and be able to read labels on most things. Okay. Are all of you? Probably. You're going to be close enough that go get more rice. When you wake up. I figure I will stop this when this one's healthy and has left the map, so you can see the blurb about the disposition increase. And I'm not... how long does it take for the strawberries to grow? Well, that's assuming you had 24 hours of sun. In practice, it takes longer than that. You just... yeah. But I have plenty of stuff. And it's a short trip, so even if I had to cook meals for it, they wouldn't go bad. And since you're eating my food, I'm going to have to cook the rice. I think once that one and the loot are dealt with, the next thing is going to be turning this into an actual wall to keep fuckers out. Because rude bastards. That means I'll have to build a door in it. Yeah. Sometimes you get meat. These are... these move in smaller stacks. The reason why I'm doing that is because anything that breaks down outdoors leave sitting outdoors. You can go to bed when you're done. Thank you. See? There you go. Bloop. Oh, the downside about good stuff on the side of the map. You can't build outside this white line. So, all this other stuff, I don't know if I can even... Yeah, that scooches a little more, but stuff near the edge of the map, except for mining it, you can't engage with fully. So, there's that. Oh, right. You have left. I will save. And call it a day. For you, anyway. There.